So I asked each of our storytellers if they were offered the opportunity to escape from the oppression of shoveling and freezing temperatures, where would they go? Eileen said, "I would like to go to Morocco, as it has been high on my list for a while. I'd bring my Haggadah with me and have a Seder in a tent in the desert. A camel would be nearby, and I would sleep after I found the Afikomen under the night sky loaded with stars." I mean, that's pretty amazing. That sounds phenomenal. I love the camel. Yeah. Please welcome Eileen Manela.
You're good on mic. Hi. Whoa, that's not supposed to happen. Okay, just going to lower this a little bit. I'm a yoga teacher, so I have to remember to breathe. Hi. I'm 55, I'm post-divorce, I'm menopausal, and I'm in a tattoo parlor about to get my first tattoo. I know, Jews don't get tattoos. And nice Jewish girls from New Jersey especially don't get tattoos. But here I am. I've decided to get a tattoo to honor my dad. And I'm prepared. I'm really prepared. I know the dimensions, exactly where it's going, the color of the ink. I'm prepared. What I wasn't prepared for was the sensation that occurred when the needle hit my arm, the sense of dissociation that occurred. In that moment, I didn't know if I was Eileen sitting in a tattoo parlor in Connecticut, or if I was Eileen sitting in Auschwitz, or if I was my dad sitting in Auschwitz. And at that moment, I realized I never asked my dad what it was like when he got his tattoo in Auschwitz. My dad was 15 when the war broke out and his hometown of Kielce, Poland became a ghetto. He was doing heavy labor picking up sacks of cement on a daily basis. He was 17 when the Nazis surrounded the ghetto and took the members of Kielce to a nearby train station for a selection. My dad recalls that those who were too old or too sick were shot on the spot. My dad's mother, Miriam, and my dad's sister, Hannah, who I'm named after, and Hannah's baby were taken at the selection to Treblinka, where they were murdered. My dad's younger brother, Motek, and there's one surviving photo of Motek, and he's about that tall with blonde curls, and he's beyond adorable. He is taken away at the selection and never seen again. My dad, Willie, and his brother, Mark, managed to stay together and arrive in Auschwitz to the smell of burning corpses. They eventually are separated and not reunited till after the war, when each discovers that the other is alive. To this day, I will never understand how these two brothers found one another. without the internet and without Google Maps. But they do. Before they see one another in person, there are a series of letters that transpire between them. I've always known about these letters. In our home, they were more valuable than gold. I've seen them. They're written on onion skin paper in Polish. My dad sleeps with them next to his heart. They're on a nightstand right next to his bed. These really were two brothers with one heart. Each year, as a child, I remember going to my Uncle Mark's home in Paterson, New Jersey, on the eve of Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. We would go to wish him and his family a Happy New Year. What ensued was the two brothers would hug and cry and embrace and sob for what seemed like eternity. As a child, I couldn't understand what was going on. But as I got older, I understood that those tears were in lieu of words. Words for their pain, words for their memories, their loss, their grief, and also tears for their deep gratitude for this country, the opportunities they had, and the families that they created. My Uncle Mark died just a few months ago at age 95. He was my favorite uncle, and he was my only uncle. I'm in a farmhouse in the Berkshires. I'm still 55, I'm still, divorced, I'm still menopausal. I'm about to partake in a sacred shamanic ceremony. And part of this ceremony is drinking what the shaman people call medicine, ayahuasca. And when you drink the medicine, which comes from a plant deep in the Amazon, the medicine shows you what you need and helps you to heal. So I'm just going to say the medicine is a hallucinogenic. Let's get that out there. So I drink the medicine, and I ask the medicine to show me what I need, and I ask the medicine to help me understand what this pain is that I have carried in my heart for so long. I expect to somehow have a connection with my mother who died when she was very young and when we were young. But what appears instead, as clear as day, is my grandmother, my father's mother, Miriam, who was murdered at Treblinka. And she says to me, Eileen, I have always been with you, and I will always be with you. And in that moment, I understood in my heart and in my soul and in my body, I understood her pain and her anguish at having to let go of her 4 children. It's winter 2018, I'm in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, in the home that my dad lives in and in the home that I grew up in. And I'm in my dad's room, in his bedroom, with him on his bed, and we're watching the Shalom Channel. And for those of you who don't know, there really is a Shalom Channel. It's everything and all things Jewish all the time. And we're watching the Shalom Channel, and it's a live broadcast, a live Shabbat broadcast from Central Synagogue in New York. The prayers are beautiful, the hymns are beautiful. I'm reminded of my childhood, my dad's humming along. And I asked my dad, "Dad, what was it like when you got your tattoo in Auschwitz?" And my dad says, "What?" And I said, "What was it like when you got your tattoo in Auschwitz?" And my dad said, "Eileen, in that moment, I don't remember. I don't know where I was. I don't remember who I was. I don't remember what I was." My dad may not have known who he was, but I have always known who my father is. He is a man of deep integrity, amazing kindness, generosity, and love. And he's here today. Just give a wave, Willie. Give a wave. And by the way, I did get the tattoo. And the tattoo is the Hebrew letter Chai, which means l'chaim, to life. L'chaim. Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen. You nailed it. You were fabulous. All right. That's what you guys are in store for today. Pretty fabulous, right?